Guten Morgen, guten Tag. My name is Manaya, and welcome back to my channel. Originally I wanted to make a video like a while ago on a book that I was like reading because I found it and I was like, this is insane. Like the plot synopsis was insane, and I was like, I must read it. I in my life have never taken so long to read a book. I'm not even kidding about that. I when I was in ESL, or like I had just recently left ESL or something, some early days of me learning English, I finished book 6 and 7 of the Harry Potter series, which if you don't know, those are like the thick ones. Like those are the big ones in one weekend. This book that I'm trying to read, 300 pages, and I'm struggling to get through any of it. I'm just reading the Pretty Little Liars books. This book sucks. Anyways, enough of that. But speaking of books that suck, I keep, ever since I made my like first book talk video, I literally had to make a separate TikTok account for it because I didn't want those videos on my actual TikTok account. And unfortunately, I keep sending them to that account, so I do interact with it, so I do keep seeing them. And like literally almost no one watched my book talk video, and yet that did not deter me from making another video. It's actually insane because it will be like the insane thing excerpt you've ever read describing like this insane ass book, and there are people in the comments going, well fuck, title please. I don't think so. The only reason I would ask for the title would be so I can report the author for doing that. No free speech in this country. No more. Okay, let's get started. When she's having alone time in her room thinking about her crush, him hiding under her bed listening to oh my god. I just hate it when your crush was just casually hanging around under your bed. Ugh. That happened to me like last week, and I was like, bro, what are you doing here? How'd you get in my room? How'd you get under my bed? Actually, there's a lot of boxes under my, how'd you get in there, bro? Who let you in my house? Who let you through the guard watch door? How'd you get in my house? Actually, it's kind of funny because in the last video that I made about the book talk one, there was just a lot where they were like, in her house, and I kept getting stuck on like, how do you know where I live and how'd you get in my house? Is that just me? Is it just me? Oh, that awkward moment when your crush keeps breaking into your house and you're like, dude, get out. Get out. Thinking her boyfriend has a personality disorder. Them being triplets pretending to be the same person. Oh, that's a crime. That's a crime. There's no way that's not a crime. That's a crime. That's a crime. Because if she's like sleeping with them and she doesn't know which one, that's a crime. He's committing crimes. Oh my god. Well, they're committing crimes. 3 of them. Oh my god. Also, it's called deception duet. It's not a duet. There's like 3 people involved. It's a triplet. It's a deception triplet. Or would it be a deception band? I don't know what's after it. It's a deception trio, and I said that immediately. Somebody says, I think you guys are misunderstanding what they're trying to say. No, I think I understand what they're trying to say. It's pretty clear. It's really hard to misunderstand. This isn't really something you can be like, you guys are not understanding. I think it's pretty clear. Yeah, I think it's pretty laid out. I think I got it. Someone went, is there a Wattpad version of this? Why would you want it to be? Why would you want that to happen? 6'8" billionaire manifesting he gets the girl he's been pining for, that he actually rode the cramped train daily for her, her accidentally bumping him and immediately says sorry, when in fact she's planning this since day 1 too. Sometimes when I struggle to read, I feel like that one Canadian. I laughed, but now it's happening to me too. If it helps, English is not my first language. I love using that as an excuse when I struggle to do something in English. Like, English is not my first language. I've lived in America for like most of my life, actually, more than half now. This is so embarrassing. First of all, oh my god, one of my favorite things, like, this is definitely like a Wattpad thing that has transferred into actual literature, which is crazy, is the whole, like, he's 6'8". She's 5'2". He's 6'8". What are you gonna do with that? Are you dating the Jolly Green Giant? Why would he need to be 6'8"? Oh my god. I went to the MFA recently, and I had to, like, it was for a Greek myth class which I was taking, and I did get an A. And we had to take a picture to prove, like, we were there. So I took a picture with the statue of Hera, and it's, like, gigantic. Like, there was no way for me to get, like, take a selfie where her full stature and me were in the same picture. It was, like this much of my head, and, like, a little bit of her waist, or, like, her head. And it was, like, I had to hold the camera like this. And I remember, like, being like, this is exactly, like, I had this realization, like, that's how those book authors describe height differences between their characters. Like, I mean, obviously it's exaggerated because the statue was like 7 foot, but this man's almost 7 foot, and I'm like 5'4". Is that not insane? As someone who's 5'4", because a lot of these main characters are actually not even like 5'4", they're like 5'2" or something, or like 5 foot. So I'm, like, trying to imagine, like, myself at 5'4" with, like, someone who's, like, 6'4". That would freak me out. No. Step back. Like, this man is so tall, he had to ride the train cramped. His struggle is one we will never understand. Like, also, he's a 6'8" billionaire. He's not a millionaire. No, that's simp stuff, okay? He's not like a beta. He's an alpha, so he's a billionaire and he's 6'8". He's tall and he's rich. I guess, but they never say if he's hot. Maybe he's ugly. But I feel like if you're ugly and you're 6'8", there's no way they're looking up to see, like, how ugly you are. So, because I feel like when someone's from, like, a distance, you're like, ooh, that's hot. I can't see your face. So maybe your other features are really overcompensating right now. Her accidentally bumping into him. Or first of all, she said bumping him. Not even bumping into. She just bumped him. She was like... But that's insane. Oh. That's insane. This man has a whole traffic light. How did you bump into him? Is he skinny and 6'8"? Is he, like, really, like, skinny and 6'8"? And she's like, oh. Because I just can't imagine. How is she planning this since day one, too? I don't, like, there's no, like, background of how they know each other. It just sounds like they just ride the train, and he's like, and I like that. But is that not insane? Like, I have to commute to school, and I've never consistently, like, I have a consistent schedule, obviously. Like, I have class that starts at 9. I've never consistently been on the train. My time fluctuates more than my weight does during the year. I can't imagine consistently being on the train at the same time. Also, like, there's so many variations. Like, I don't know what city they're supposed to be in, but, like, let's say in Boston, the trains aren't even, like, exact. They come at any time they want. Sometimes there's 2 at the same time. Sometimes 1 every 20 minutes. There's just, like, it's really hard to exactly be on the same car as this person. So, not believable. 6'8", I can believe. But getting on the train at the same time every day, I don't believe. So, nope. She gets a bad feeling and tries to leave town, but her car won't start. The unaliver that's in love with her wrecked it so she can't escape him. So that is illegal. I love how so much of this has turned into that is illegal. If you guys didn't know, I actually did want to be a lawyer when I was like 10 years old. And then I realized being argumentative was not being a lawyer. Also, I think I just watched a lot of Law and Order SVU, and I was like, I could do that. That's why I keep being like, that's legal. That's my practice. I took Latin in 7th grade, and I was like, yeah, totally could be a lawyer now. Romulus and Remus, yeah, got that down. But like, that's illegal. That's illegal. Yeah. Alpha inmate. Oh my god, that was the one from the last video, right?
She's accidentally assigned to the deadliest inmate in the prison. Him bribing a guard to let him out of his cell so he can cuddle her through a storm. Imagine you're like scared. You're like in a panic. Like, oh my god, there's a storm, and you're like, I live alone. Who's touching me right now?
I remember the author's name, but they have like 3 different alpha stuff. So, and I think I read 2 of them at least in that book video. That's crazy. Also, yeah, could you imagine if this is the same girl that was scared of the storm? She's like, oh my god, there was a storm and somebody was in my house. This town is weird and I want to leave. And he's like, no. Gonna wreck that car. This is like the 2nd episode of Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. when their car breaks down. Like, this is weird. Also, no, yeah, this is weird. Weird and illegal. You will be an inmate. You're going to jail. Not for like the unaliving or whatever they said. You're going to jail because you broke her car, and that's worse. Yeah. I can excuse the murder. I can't excuse you ruining her car. There have to be limits. Someone said, and people say love is dead. No one said that. Love is not dead. The people he killed are. She moves into a new apartment and decides to introduce herself by making dessert for her neighbor, only to discover that her enemy lives next door. And you even baked for me. I bristled. You what? You what? You better say excuse me before you do that. Well, I didn't know it was you I was baking for, if it's any consolation. He looked at the dessert in my hands as though he'd never tried sugar before. He nodded toward it. Chocolate? Arsenic. My favorite. He took the plate from my hand and slammed the door. I sighed. My neighbor sucked. Okay, first of all, it's one neighbor. Why are we grouping us all together? Second, you bristled in front of him? That's I don't know what that is. And I'm just like, whoa, you what? Whoa. No wonder they're enemies. She keeps bristling in front of him. He's like, I don't know this girl, and she keeps bristling. It's not that funny. I feel like someone's gonna know what that means, and they're gonna be like, that's not that funny. It is to me. A curvy new girl bullied out of her old school, just hoping to stay low this year. But as soon as the quarterback sees her, he loses his cool guy charm. Hi. Actually, let me redo that. 5'4", reading for the role of quarterback and curvy new girl. Both. It's a duel. Oh. Hi. Oh. Hi. Sometimes I hate myself. What does that mean? What's a cool guy charm? Oh my god, I love the wording of like, as soon as he sees her, he loses a cool guy charm. That's not like a personality thing. That's like actually like a pin, a charm on his bag. And he's just like, shoot, I dropped my cool guy charm. I just ordered that from Etsy. Damn it. Oh, and there's like the new girl over there. Yeah. Damn, I just ordered the cool guy charm. It's part of a set. My charm. No, seriously, what the hell's a cool guy charm? Also, why was she bullied out of her old school? It kind of makes it seem like she was bullied out because they were like, you're too curvy. Your ass, too fat. Your waist, too thin. Too bodylicious. Too much mom from Pixar. You loser. Oh, you're so hot. Oh, you're such a loser with your body like a mom from a Pixar movie. Oh, ooh, you gotta get out. What does one have to do with the other? She was not kicked out of school for being curvy. I'm actually gonna be pissed. POV. She goes into the boys' locker room. And why is steals written like that? There's no way TikTok is censoring steals. She goes into the boys' locker room. Okay. I know people are gonna be pissed, but can I just say, why are they censoring room, steals, and clothes? What the hell is wrong with you? She goes into the boys' locker room and steals someone's gym clothes after hers were taken first. Nice shirt. Where'd you get it? The 6'8" biker who was bad news was behind her. It's mine? So why is my last name written on the back? First of all, not to nitpick over here, but her clothes are stolen, so she's nakedly running at the boys' locker room. Like, that's her first thought. She's like, oh shoot, my clothes are stolen. Must go into the boys' locker room. She couldn't check the girls' locker room first. Second, let's say she did check and there was no clothes, and she was like, well, I guess the boys' locker room for me. You didn't check before you took a shirt that had, like, somebody's last name on it. Idiotic. Third, 6'8" biker who was behind her. She couldn't feel that. I feel like 6'8", again, why 6'8"? But 6'8" is so gigantic, you can feel the presence. You'd be like, the Jolly Green Giant is behind me. Like, that's insane. Wreck-It Ralph over here. Like, I think I could feel that. Yeah, I think I would have felt that. You're kind of actually stupid if you can't feel that. Like, I feel like it's a vibe more than like a visual thing. You're like, oh, I feel someone's presence behind me. But also, I love the wording of, he's not only 6'8" and a biker, but he's also bad news. Yeah. Yeah. He's bad news not because he's like a bad boy. He's just bad news because he's a bearer of bad news. He's a bad news bearer. Yeah. Anytime they talk to him, they're like, hey, Jared, what's up? He's like, my grandma died. And then they're like, what? And they're like, your grandma died too, actually. He just says bad news. That's why he's bad news. She notices her clothes are missing after she took a shower at school. So she steals clothes from an open locker and wears it, not realizing the jersey she's wearing is significant. The gang leaders. And whoever wears it is his woman. That doesn't make sense. If it's the gang leaders, when he wears it, does that mean he's his own woman? He wears his own jacket. They're like, John is his own man and woman. Why are you laughing so hard? She screamed in my face. I screamed back. Oh, look, we're harmonizing. Mozart would have loved this. Don't bring Mozart into this. Me and Mozart have a deep connection since I was like 4. Yeah, my when I was a kid, I for some reason had a Mozart shirt and clogs. So me and Mozart are locked in like this. We are a level of besties that Beethoven and Schroeder couldn't reach. Yeah. So let's back off of Mozart. That's my man. That's my best friend. Back off. I love people being like, what's this book? What's the book? What are you going to do with this information? Are you going to buy and read the book? What's wrong with you? If I ever, like, somebody was like, this is my favorite book, let me convince you, let me send you this excerpt from it, and this is what I got, I'd be like, this is, like, the worst thing I've ever read. It's not funny at all. Why are they screaming? Imagine she's screaming because he just punched her, and he's like, that's funny, let me scream back. What's the context? Why are they screaming? Her boss enters her office and finds her unconscious. Send 2 ambulances. I'm gonna have a heart attack myself. Why would you make this about you? That's like so selfish. Oh my god. Okay, so I'm lying unconscious, and you're out here calling 911 like, send 2 ambulances. I too am gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna be unconscious too. Don't make this about yourself. Don't make this about yourself. I would honestly, if that was me, I'd be like, no. Don't make this about yourself. You see me lying down unconscious and you say, yeah, let me make this about myself. I was unconscious first. I was on the floor first. Because you're 6'8", you gotta make everything about yourself. I was unconscious first. Oh my god. Men. Alone with her stalker when she suddenly has a panic attack in front of him. Him talking her through it and reminding her she's safe with him. I don't think that's true. You're safe with me. Oh, I just stalk you. Oh, I'm not even like super strict on it. I just stalk you like 6 days out of the week. I don't stalk you on Sundays because I have church. But like besides that, baby girl, I'm just watching. I'm just checking up. I'm not doing anything. I'm not touching you. So stop doing that. Also, I will say though, not to give him brownie points, but at least he didn't try to kiss her. I feel like that's the go-to in media a lot. They'll be like, let me kiss you real quick. Let me shove my tongue down your throat real quick while you're having a panic attack. Like, don't know. As someone who's studying psychology, don't do that. If someone ever has a panic attack in front of you, don't be like, let me kiss you real quick. That's not the answer. I'm just gonna say, in my professional opinion, not the answer. Don't kiss people while they're having a panic attack. Thank you for watching. I've been taking such a long time to post because finals, but I got through it, guys. I finished my fall semester of junior year with all A's. Your girl did so good in tough classes. Thank you. I also mentioned, I don't think anyone remembers this, but I mentioned this in my first video when I was talking about Aria, that I was like, I too will be studying a semester abroad, hopefully. Update, I actually will be studying abroad. Actually, end of January, I'll be leaving to go study abroad. I'm actually going to try to pack my microphone with me because I will be recording in my little room that I'll be renting. Anyways, thank you. Au revoir. I hope I can see you again next time.